Hi, I'm Will from Tested.
I'm Norm from Tested.
Norm, today we are looking at more headphones.
We tested plenty of headphones
I
in the
can't
past.
hear you.
Yeah, you can.
I've
These
got
are not
headphones on.
noise isolating.
Wow, you're
we have
really
two
loud.
headphones today. They're Plantronics headphones. We actually did not include them in our roundup we did a year ago for gaming headphones.
Yes.
You have a pair that's for the Xbox 360.
These are the X95s.
They're the GamesCom series.
Yes.
Now, you did the you tested the Razer Chimera headphones about a month ago. They're wireless. They're kind of expensive. Also made for the Xbox.
They were about
360.
$200, 180 bucks, something like that. These are actually the X95s. They're the same type of product. They're 2.0, or I guess there's no subwoofer, so they're just stereo headphones. You plug them in with the RCA cable into the back of your component output on your Xbox or whatever. So that means if you're using HDMI for audio, you're going to have to get that dongle that came with your Xbox and plug it in the back of the console. The nice thing is it has a pass-through. So if you are using RCA for audio in your TV or stereo or whatever, then you can actually just plug these straight in. You won't have to unplug them and replug them and all that.
So what type of a transmission does this use?
Radio.
Radio. And the quality?
Pretty bad, actually, I would say.
Oh, no.
There's a low background hum when you're wearing them just with no sound coming out.
Okay.
The sound quality is not terrible. There's no line of sight issues like you have with infrared wireless headphones. The little transmitter is powered with USB, so you do have to plug it into one of the USB ports on your Xbox. Depending on which model of Xbox you have, that could actually be a problem because there are a fairly limited number of ports on some of the older Xboxes, especially if you have like a connected wireless, the camera, all the different peripherals you can connect.
How about
stuff.
about power for the actual headphones?
So the actual headphones are powered with two AAA batteries, rather.
Okay.
And I'll show you how you get to them right now. You twist the cup, you take that off, they go in here. It came with GP Ultras. They're great. They're gold.
All right.
But basically, they just drop in here. They're AAAs. I did not.
Some rechargeables.
I played a fair amount of games with these and have not had any problems. They work great with Loops.
Is there a power indicator at all?
Yeah, there's a power switch on the back. There's there's different controls on the back. You have power, which you hold to turn on. The transmitter uses USB for power. There's a master volume on it, kind of connect syncing thing. There's two volume controls. The one on the right is for game audio. The one on the left is for the audio that comes from the handset, which is using that cable. There's a plug on the bottom. You connect it into the Xbox controller so that you can use the sweet boom mic and talk to people on the internet.
Awesome.
Hey, Norm, how's your Gears?
I don't play Gears of War. How is the comfort of that? Like,
They're very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Not particularly sweaty. A little bit sweatier than maybe the Chimeras.
Okay.
Not offensively sweaty. And like you said, the sound does pass through. They're kind of open ear design, so over the ear but open cups, so you can actually hear quite well what's going on. Sound was a little bit muddy. The background hum was annoying. The ability to adjust voice volume and game volume independently is always really nice, though, because then you can hear people talking and hear the game, and it works pretty well.
So the MSRP for this is $99.
$99, yeah.
You actually find it much cheaper online. It's going to be a pretty good alternative. If you don't want to spend $200 for the Razer Chimera, but you don't care too much about sound quality,
literally, like the place I would use these is if you have a really awesome stereo system, but you have to turn it off at night for any number of reasons. This is a good way to not spend a ton of cheddar. Yeah, DefWife is the way to go. But if you can't get that, you don't want to spend a ton of cheddar. $99 will get you wireless audio. They work pretty well. Like I said, sound quality not great, but it works. What do you have, Norm?
All right, so this is for the PC. It's also from Plantronics, the GameCom 777. It's an updated model from what they released last year.
Okay.
USB headset.
Now this dongle is one of my favorite things about these devices. I wish you would sell the dongle by itself.
It's a headset that's analog, but it comes with a USB sound card.
Yeah. That's
very small, and you can actually, the USB cable actually just packs right in, so you can take it with you.
The sound card uses the Dolby headphone stuff to give you psychoacoustic 5.1 sound.
Kind of. So it's not true 7.1. It doesn't require, it's USB, it doesn't require a multi-channel output. Okay. Your computer is just going to recognize this, works on PC and Mac, as stereo output. Okay. So when you're in your game, you're playing StarCraft, you actually cannot select 7.1 sound, 5.1 sound. It's just going to be stereo out.
Oh, so it's just
taking stereo sound, converting it to 5.1 with a switch. You don't have to. You can turn it off. I actually found myself turning it off most of the time because when I put it on, and also not very isolating, I can hear you perfectly.
What?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
What?
When I have it off, I thought the sound sounded really good. The
talking very softly.
Vocals sounded very good listening to music. Okay. When I turned it on, it sounded a little bit like tinny, and the fake surround doesn't sit well.
The fake surround just, it kind of almost sounds like they're adding reverb a lot of times, which is not really a great effect.
I'm fine with the sound, with the 2-point sound. It sounds like it's right on your ear. No problem. It is comfortable. It's a little tight, which actually I like. Because what I like to do is I like to have the one ear. I play games.
So you can hear. I do. I do that too.
I mean, even though it's not noise isolating, it's a comfort thing. I like the
Chloe, you need to go out?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, what? Someone's calling for me? No problem.
So one of the things I do like about these Plantronics headsets, and they traditionally do this, is the foam that they use in the cuffs is pretty firm. So it's a little bit uncomfortable at first, but it'll wear a lot better over a long period of time. Because this is something you'll keep for a few years at least.
The downside to it being pretty tight is I have read that the plastic has cracked on some of the older models. I don't know if they fixed that yet. Did not crack for me.
Can you stretch it out?
You can, but because it's still pretty tight on the head, like over time, the top part or the connection here might
have problems.
Yeah, and also the mic doesn't go all the way, so I can't do the half ear.
Do you have mute and volume controls in there somewhere?
Yes, right.
Okay, so you can mute the microphone, adjust the volume on the headset that passes
So
through.
before I've been using the Razer Megalodon, which I love. They're actually 7.1 input.
Yeah.
And what I like about this one is that the control panel is really small. It doesn't fall off. I don't have to put it on the desk or anything.
It's a kind of a big square thing on the Megalodon.
The cord is fine. It's not braided or anything, but it's good length. Again, the sound card is really nice.
Well, you'll be able to use that in the future.
I can use it anywhere. I put this in my bag, right? If I have the audio card, sound card built into my MacBook Air, not that great. Plug this in. If I put on my normal headphones,
get an extra line in, extra mic in, whatever. So these are the Plantronics GameCom X95. They're for the Xbox. They're wireless. They're okay.
And these are the Plantronics GameCom 777s. Also okay for your PC or Mac, USB or analog.
Yeah.
$100 for each of these. You can get them cheaper online, Amazon, Tiger Direct.
Like 60, 70 bucks at Amazon.
They are firmly mid-range headphones, not the best audio quality. I would not recommend using the converting.
They're better than turning the sound all the way down on your TV or speakers.
Not quite as good as having a deaf wife.
We'll be back next time. Till then, I'm Will.
I'm Norm.